Oh, the MacBook. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how the MacBook has changed my life. Oh man. Way back in 2005, I was DJing at a club down in Baltimore, and one of the DJs and I got into a discussion, and he was telling me, hey, everyone's going to be moving to Mac, and Apple products. And I was like, no way. I am a Windows user. I love Windows. Windows is how I get everything done. I get to play my games on Windows. Windows is life. How could I possibly move to a Mac? That's insane. Well, at the time, Apple had announced that they were going to be switching to Intel processors, and I'm like, wow. So later that year, they announced that they were going to be moving to Intel processors, and my ears totally perked up because I was like, oh, I could install Windows on a Mac, and I could get a Mac and have, this great operating system that everybody seems to love, and access to iMovie and native iTunes and all, iChat and all these things. And I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. I can't wait to get myself a Mac. Well, I did, and it was 10.4 Mac OS. It was OS X 10.4, which at the time wouldn't allow me to do some of my work because I couldn't connect to some of our servers at the time. Now, Leopard changed that. So when I bought my first MacBook back in 2006, I also had a Sony Vaio SZ430, I think it was, something to that effect. I'd have to look it up. Anyway, when I would go anywhere, I ended up taking both my MacBook and my Sony Vaio, and that's the way I saw it because my Sony Vaio had a graphics card in it, my MacBook didn't, and I couldn't see how I would use both. So I ended up returning my first MacBook, and it would be about another year later in 2007, late 2006, that I bought my second MacBook. Now with Leopard, I was able to connect and do all the things I needed to do at work with Leopard, and it changed my life. It totally changed my life. The better trackpad, the integration with all the apps, everything just worked. I didn't have to spend a day reformatting my computer anymore. I was in heaven. It was incredible. It was an incredible beginning of a beautiful, beautiful friendship. Now, 14 years later, I have pretty much consistently always had a MacBook and pretty much always had a computer, a Windows PC, because I still played games, and well, Macs just really aren't that good for doing that, as you already know because you're watching this channel. And how I wound up, there was times where I ended up using my Mac as my only computer. And my Windows computer basically just became an opportunity for me to play games. It just sat and gathered dust unless I was playing games. And it actually is kind of sad. But here we are, 14 years later. This is the 2012 MacBook Pro 13-inch. I'm sure you've watched reviews on it. You're not watching this for the review. You're watching this video because this, to me, this is the pinnacle. I gotta flip it up. This is the pinnacle of how I feel about the MacBook. And now that the MacBook is technically coming to an end at the end of this year with the new ARM chips, I'm not sad to see Intel go. This thing is, well, it gets hot. And when I use my iPad, that thing doesn't get hot. It runs just fast. It does everything I need it to do. So I am on board with Team changeover to ARM, because I don't even really want it to run Windows anymore. I have a Windows desktop. I have a Windows gaming laptop that I don't take with me all the time, but I use it for DJing and I use it for when I need power on the go or gaming on the go, because this ain't gonna get it done. But this is my everyday carry. And I really want to see, can I get on that boat sooner? So what I did was I purchased the Magic Keyboard, and I'm curious if it's going to be enough computing power, enough convenience, enough I'm able to find all the things that I need to do that I do with my MacBook that mostly end up happening in Chrome. I want to know, can I actually replace this MacBook 13-inch 2020 base model with the iPad Pro? I have the 2018 model, I think it is, the first gen iPad Pro. I want to know, can I replace it? Will it get me to do everything I need it to do while I'm away from my desktop? I'm hopeful that it will, but I'm concerned that it won't. So as much as I love and have always had a MacBook since 2006, I believe it was the first one that I bought, was, well, since the end of 2006 when Leopard came out. Can I get away with not having a MacBook? What started out as, iTunes and all these apps, iPhoto, that I used to use has pretty much whittled down to just 2 apps that I really want access to. And that's iMovie and that's Messages. And having a Windows laptop where I can't send text messages from my iPhone to anywhere is really disappointing. I know some of my friends have beat me up about this idea, but it's really awesome to be able to just copy paste the link, drop it in, send it, bam, sent that text message out. I love it. I don't want that to change. And anytime I've tried to go to a Windows laptop, which I'll talk about in a future video, so click that subscribe button and hit that notification ding ding bell so that you don't miss out. So I could talk about why Windows laptops for me have just always fallen short. I have tried so many of them. In fact, last year I probably had 7 different Windows laptops that I tried to replace my MacBook with because I wanted something more powerful, could game on, and I could use as my daily driver when I'm not sitting at my desktop. Which, by the way, is right behind the camera right now, and I will be showing that in a future episode, so definitely get subscribed. I want to make sure that you understand that this is a really difficult thing for me because I love my MacBook, even if I mostly use Google Chrome and Messages as my 2 main apps. I'm going to try to switch to Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm hopeful that I can do it. I've tried it in the past. I didn't really love it in the past. I can't edit as quickly as I can in iMovie, so I'm looking forward to at least giving it a shot. We'll see if I can do it. So stick around, get subscribed, hit that notification bell, and make sure that you are always happy with the tech that you are using and are finding your tech zen. I'm Super Joe Pardo, and this is how I use it. I look forward to seeing you over at the next episode.